The meeting to order today at I think 10 o'clock, and right now we'd like to, did everybody have a chance to read the minutes? And do I have a,
I can't, I wasn't here.
okay,
I would move to approve the minutes.
okay, and second?
Okay, in favor of
In
it?
favor of? We're good. Okay, so now we have a report from the COA. Ralph?
Okay, I have two things that I wanted to mention, if I can get them out of my pocket.
Yeah.
One is that we're looking for volunteers for Meals on Wheels, or not Meals on Wheels, but delivery of meals. Medical drivers is what I'm trying to say. And the other thing is we have two openings on the board which we would like volunteers to fill. That's on the board of the Council on Aging. And aside from that, nothing particularly new.
What were the two again?
Pardon?
What were the two again?
Volunteers
Medical drivers.
and new volunteers for the board, new members of the board.
Okay,
That's it.
good job. Van, anything on
No, not today.
recreation?
No.
Okay. All right, old business, now we're over to Carolyn.
I just wanted to let you know that the select board did vote the fee increase that we put forward, and it has been sent out to all the clubs and organizations, and we have a majority of them back, getting them in, so it should be pretty seamless. There was a little confusion. I guess I'm gonna just reiterate it for everyone. The fees were for-profit groups. The increase was for for-profit groups. So it was not anything to do with Council on Aging or Youth and Rec. Those are departments within the building who never pay and still will never pay. So just,
Have you passed that on to Eric? Does he have a copy of that? You know,
they all do, yep, everyone,
Good,
yeah.
thank you.
And it's been in our newsletter, it's been on our website, it's been every place, so.
Good job.
Yeah, and I did answer when they thought it was affecting them. I sent them back an email saying, nope, so.
And when do you want all the work back in for the organizations?
So the sooner they get it in, because it is a first come, first served
We'll do
basis.
that right away.
So we work
Does
to
that
get.
commission know that, Carolyn? Does
They've
she-
put a few in, but not a majority. They've put some in for the month, maybe of July,
Yeah.
but they did get the
Does he-
letter.
Does he know that he got a letter? Does he know that
They sure
the
did.
fees have increased and so?
Yes,
Okay.
so I attached in your packet the exact letter that was sent out. And it was sent to the person that they listed in the manner that they listed. So some people prefer a hard copy, some people wanted email. We've had these left around. Did you not put it in?
Yeah.
And
The
attached to that, yes, please. And attached to that is also the new form that we're using. We just cleaned it up a little, so.
Do I have that?
Yeah, this is good. Oh,
Do you not have
Yeah,
them?
I do.
Yep,
Okay, thank you.
thank you.
But this is what you sent.
everyone got that, yep.
I'll make sure that Wayne is aware of
Terrific.
that.
So I just wanted to bring you up to date that those did go out.
Okay, good.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much. I appreciate it. That's great. Thank you, Jim. All right, that was old business. New business?
So one of the things, as I had mentioned last time, I would bring with me the new volunteer handbook that we're putting together. I would like to, in July, maybe put together a volunteer open house workshop. Certainly maybe see if Council on Aging and Youth and Rec would like to be part of it. And just invite people in and see if people are interested in volunteering for whatever the opportunities are here within the building. Could be in Council on Aging, could be with us, could be with Youth and Rec. But just so they have an idea, we will put this brochure out and I will put a copy of it. You can scan it. We'll put that in our next newsletter. So, but if you have any changes while you're looking at it, just as always, send me an email.
This is great. Yeah, I do
We
like
tried
this.
to make it as user-friendly as possible, but just so that we could see what people might be interested in. That's specific to the community center, but if the other departments in the building are interested, I'd be more than happy to add information so we can just give it out for the building, but I'll check with.
Was this given to rec as well?
It has not been given, you're the first
Okay.
people to actually have a copy of it, as rightfully so
Yeah.
you can look at it.
Okay, so you're gonna wait until we look
And
at it before
if
you
you
see?
guys, yes, have
Okay.
any changes, and then I
Okay,
will
and then-
reach out to both
okay,
of them.
Good, great, thank
I
you.
like the idea that you're having all of them across the
Yes,
board.
absolutely.
That's a nice idea, people
Yeah,
can see.
yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
which is great, good job, good job. Okay, how about clubs and organization storage fee?
This is one of the things that happens quite a bit. I know that we have talked about it in here, but I have a lot of clubs and organizations who are saying, I need to store my things, I need to store my things, I need to store my things. At one point, we were gonna look at doing that. I have not checked with the town. I'm bringing it to you to see if you would like me to put something together. Up until now, we have not allowed for that. Like, people can't store things in the rooms because another group is using it, so you can't leave your things. But if there was some place, and I don't know where that is yet, we had talked about maybe lockers in the basement or something, but I don't wanna move forward if it's not something you'd like, if you'd like me to check with the town, so that's where I am. I wanted to bring this forward and have a conversation if it's an area we want to move forward on.
What do you consider for as storage? I mean, what kinds of things are you looking to having people store?
So, I don't know, like, there are groups that ask about, we have a box of our books that we need for our each meeting, and right now we're carrying it back and forth in a tote. Would there be a place that we could store it? So every group has different storage needs, and I think if we were to do it, there should be different prices depending on what you're needing to store. If Angie's group has a tub of books and senior softball wants to store, I know they don't.
Uniforms.
Uniforms,
Shirts.
that's a vast difference in the price and the size of what we're
I mean,
doing.
we store them now,
So-
we store all the uniforms at the end of the season in the managers' homes, and they don't wanna store them there. We're trying to find a central place to store. We put them in the shed down there, but I mean, that's dangerous stuff, cause they can break the locks and so on and so forth.
So I get a lot of those questions, from, we carry a bag back and forth to my mahjong sets, and so, I want us to be proactive, but I didn't wanna go out on my own. I'm happy to check with the town and see if they're interested in me doing it, but I wanted to also know what the board
I'm
thought.
curious, are we liable for, let's say, something that got stolen or they allege something was stolen? Are we liable as a community center if we stored their stuff?
I don't know that, I know that
Good
we would
question.
have them sign a waiver
It'd have to
form.
be a hold harmless
And
agreement.
a hold
Yeah.
harmless
Yeah.
agreement, and we would have an inventory of what was in there
Right.
too, that somebody would,
You got
But-
room downstairs to do all of this?
well, the basement is what I'm thinking of,
Yeah.
but that would need some work to it, and I don't even know if it's plausible, but I do know that people are asking, and I always like to bring to you what people are asking.
When you say the basement needs work, but
If we were gonna do storage, we would have to section off a part,
Yeah, shelvings and stuff
right,
like that.
make it-
yeah.
okay,
accessible, so that if people went down, they weren't interfering with part of the building
Yeah.
stuff, and
used to
so
be a real mess, is it still, or has it been cleaned up
the
some?
community center side is neat as a pin. You're
Okay.
welcome to go down there, we have a grid,
Good.
and, Channel 18 does an excellent job, Linda in the kitchen does a phenomenal job, those are all neat, clean areas. I'll just stop there.
I'm going back a couple of years when it was really a mess.
I'm not saying that some
No.
areas aren't,
No.
I'm saying I just told you all the areas that are nice and clean.
Good. Now,
There
does the
might be
council on
some-
aging have do we have storage space available
There are
down
some
there?
filing cabinets down there, and yes, there are things that
How
you
about
store
for
down.
equipment, like air conditioners and so on?
Air conditioning?
If we had some window air conditioners we wanted to store,
I would need to look, I've never
Okay.
had that request.
okay, you may get it.
Okay,
Think
I
you
have
had the
the-
gym?
No,
No.
we have an offer of some air conditioners, and the question is where do we store them?
Oh, yeah,
So,
okay, that's nice, yeah.
to give it out to
Yeah, I
people
know
that
what you
need
mean,
them.
I know what
So,
you mean, yeah, that's a nice idea,
okay,
My garage is available, but filling up,
yeah,
so.
yeah.
okay. So that's where we are. If you would like me to put something together for our next
You're
meeting.
talking about some kind of a fee structure
Or
for,
just, the first step is just checking with the town to see
Right.
if it is
But I mean-
feasible or the liability is too
and then you
great.
develop a fee
And then we
structure.
would do, yes, we'd hold open meetings like we did for the other things and put together the structure based on size and,
I think it's a good idea myself,
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
okay. So I will check on that and report back.
Okay. All right, how about the birthday fee for use of the building?
So, we did new fees, but we did not look at the birthday fee booklet that we have done in the past. And I would like to bring back to you, again, I don't wanna do anything on my own, I wanna make sure you're okay. I would like to bring back a proposal that matches better the new proposal we just put forth. Right now, I don't think it's equitable to what we're doing.
Well, tell me about this.
What is that?
What is it?
So we do birthday parties here, you
Okay.
can rent a room. You can rent a room in the building and it's just that, it's an empty room, we don't provide paper goods and things like that, you bring it. There's no alcohol in the building, you still have to follow the Board of Health rules, so you can't bring in your own food, you can bring it from pizza, from Papagino's, any place, wherever. But I think that the room fees for the birthday party are significantly higher than what we're charging our nonprofit groups, and I would like to more align
What do you
those so
charge
that.
now, Carolyn, for something
I
like
didn't,
that?
I should have brought that brochure in and I apologize, but I think it's $150 for 3 hours, which is higher than what we're charging, and I don't wanna price families out of
Right.
utilizing the building. You know, a lot of people want the gym and truthfully, we can't give them the gym, but then they can maybe use just an activity room and have cake and stuff, so.
What would be what's the difference of that 150 that they're paying currently versus what we charge for the use of that building under different circumstances?
Sure. So,
I mean, I'd like to know what the
right here.
the difference is.
so,
Yeah.
do you mind if I
Yeah,
borrow?
that's okay.
So,
If I wanted to rent a room now, it's
yep,
what?
so a single use of an activity room for a nonprofit is $45, so it would be like $90 to $90 for a single use for an activity room. And we're right now charging $150, so
Yeah,
I would like
that's
to, even
quite
if
a
we made it
difference.
$100,
Yeah,
I
that's
think
quite
it
a
would be
difference.
more
reasonable.
beneficial, so I would like to put something together
Why don't
and
you
bring
split
it
the
to
difference?
you, so.
Split the difference. 150 and the 90, and just split it and make
Yeah.
it.
Why shouldn't it be the same?
It does usually require,
Some work afterwards,
some work
cleaning.
after, it's a lot,
Clean up.
Oh, okay.
one of the,
Cleanups.
it is a benefit to parents, but
Sure,
it
sure.
does require
Cleanup,
more
yeah.
cleanup
Yeah.
on our end.
Right.
That's not to say all the groups are
Yeah,
easy
yeah.
as well, but for the majority of it, birthday parties require
A lot more mess.
additional
Yeah,
cleaning.
bring in stuff and.
Has there been much demand for that?
There is I'm seeing a lot more, which is why I wanna make sure that we're
Yeah.
fair and
Like
equitable.
how many in a month or
Just
just ballpark?
I would say right now we probably do 3 to 5.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
In the summertime, you'll probably pick up with
We
more.
do, we definitely do see more in the summertime,
Yeah.
so,
And that, the $90 that you cited here is for 3 hours?
yes.
Okay, so the 150 versus the 90.
Also 3 hours, yes.
So I, you know.
I just wanna make it fair to
Sure,
everyone.
I think we maybe split the difference on it, you know, average it out and come up with an average of what the difference would be.
Great, I will bring that back to you
Okay.
for our next meeting.
Sounds good. Okay, the director's update, August meeting is the same day as the community yard sale.
Right, so you're welcome to meet, but unless you'd like to meet outside, I won't be there because I'm running the August yard sale outside for the clubs and organizations. So we can change the date if you'd like, or we can skip the August meeting, but totally up to you, but I honestly can't, I'd have to be out there.
Yeah.
I was gonna suggest skipping it.
I was gonna say the same thing, since it's
So
August,
fine.
and it's so
No
hectic.
meeting in August?
No meeting in August, great.
That works. Okay, this is good. Event updates?
So I'm gonna do both of those together, the event and
Okay.
the newsletter.
Yep,
I've
yep.
included the next month's newsletter. This month, we're going to do a kids bike wash, and we're partnering with Kiwanis and the Bikeways organization. And the Harwich police are sending a bike officer over to do a little safety talk. We have decorations for the bikes, gifts to give out. There'll be some kind of nice cold ice cream treat to be given out, so I'm hoping it's a really nice evening. And then on Flag Day, we will be giving out free flags to the first 100 people who come in.
Can seniors bring their bikes?
I'm bringing mine, so absolutely.
Are you a kid?
I think we're all kids, don't
Okay.
you?
Right.
Absolutely, yes. You'll get a bell. There's lights for your bike for sure.
Ooh, great.
Sounds good,
We
yeah.
are working with the Chamber of Commerce on the June 10th Beer and Bones events here, which will be very large. So the beach and dump transfer, all those stickers start on June 13th here in the building, which, as you all know, will take a room offline for us,
Right.
as does the recreation summer camp. So that is a busy time for us because we have 2 rooms offline and still people wanting to come.
This is gonna be outdoors, obviously.
Yes, in the event of rain, it comes in.
Including the beer?
I believe they do have a liquor license for
Yeah.
it,
Yeah,
so.
okay.
Yes, so,
So you just sit around, eat and drink, huh?
I guess this is a new attempt that we're trying. We did put all our free little libraries out. We had quite a bit of events happen in May, the beach blanket bingo. Was a great success. We do have new parking spaces for handicap on the Council on Aging side of the building. The new boiler system will be changing over Monday morning. We will not open the building until 8:30. We usually open at 6, but because they need to shut down the water, we will not be having people in the building until the water is back on, which should be around 8:30 in the morning. Let's see, is that all my stories to tell?
Yeah. When's the August yard sale?
August 4th.
I'm sorry. Sorry, I just.
It's at Brooks Park. In the event of rain, it does come inside the building. My other information is I went to get the piano tuned because the Council on Aging does a singing group and uses the piano. When the woman came to tune the piano, she found that there was a problem with it. So we do have a call-in, not something she repairs, so we have a call-in to someone else to see if it can be repaired or not. But in the meantime, I've spoke with Julie. We're gonna try and use a small keyboard that they had so their singing group can continue. They can certainly still use the piano, but it is,
Tough shape.
yeah, that's a nice way to say it.
So-
Okay.
So if it's a tough shape, what's the alternative?
So people donated that one
Yeah,
to
yeah.
us. We would just get on a list. People call frequently to say they have one,
Okay.
and we send our person out to look at it because we can only take
Yeah.
certain kinds of things here. So I will keep you posted on that, but we are working on it right now.
What kinds of things do you take?
So for like the weight room equipment, because it is an organization that charges money, you have to have industrial equipment. You can't just bring in furniture from home here. Again, they have to meet certain codes and things. So there's not a lot of home things that we take in. It's really if an office building was closing and they wanted to get rid of some of their chairs. When the tech school closed, I got quite a bit of chairs that we use at town meeting from them. We certainly take things from other places that we can get, but it has to be
How
industrial.
about dishware and stuff like that, you know?
We don't really, the Council on Aging uses a lot of paper products for the seniors. The town owns dishware, but they found it more advantageous to go to paper products, so.
'Cause I got bunches of stuff that my wife put together.
There you go, the yard sale's coming
Yard
up. The yard sale was on my, I just wanted to mention that I started my list for our next fiscal year budget, because it will come around sooner than we think. So some of our ideas are still to put the monitors outside every classroom. We use the same system as the Council on Aging. I think it would be beneficial if outside each of the classrooms you could sign in, use your tag, and then we could get more accurate numbers. It would be more user friendly. So if Angie comes in to her meeting and it's on the recreation side of the building or the far side of the building, she doesn't have to walk all the way over to check in to walk all the way back. That doesn't feel very user friendly to us, so. We need new coat racks in the building. I don't know if you've seen some of the ones. We are looking at, they just fixed the front
Now,
door.
excuse me, the coat racks, is somebody gonna be taking care of that claim?
So this is my list of things I'm gonna look at for the next budget we put in,
okay.
so.
Okay.
Better Wi-Fi in the building, I'm working with Sarah.
So this is all your budget
IT.
issues?
Yep.
Okay.
The building, the handicap doors we're looking at, new tables within the building, and some additional chairs. So that's where I am. Oh, and a thorough cleaning of the building is high on my priority list. I would like us at some point to see about hiring a company to come in and do a deep cleaning of the building for us. It's 23 years old and has not ever had that deep cleaning. I think it would be a great necessity. So, so those are the things I have. I have one more thing to mention. I just wanted to congratulate Ralph on his article in the newspaper. It was, what a testament. I learned a lot. I know a lot, but I learned a lot. So congratulations. It's certainly well deserved, as are all of you. I have.
They had space to fill in the Chronicle.
I don't think that was it, but.
And thank your wife for twisting you around to come here.
Yeah, well,
I like that point, that was funny
Yes.
enough.
we compromised and she won.
Yeah, I thought
We
that was
compromised.
cute.
And we already had talked about it, and I gave you a copy of the letter I sent out to the clubs and organizations. I just like you to have it in case that comes up. I think that was all of mine, unless you.
Under other,
We do have, Mary Beth did retire. She has taken early retirement. She's way too young to be, but she has gone and retired. She's our 6 a.m. person, and we have just made an offer to a young gentleman who was a student worker here and is now in his last semester of college and wants to come back and work for us. So
great,
we're
That's great.
excited. I love when people want to come
That's a
back.
good sign.
Yeah.
If you'll remember,
Yeah.
this is where Emily Mitchell started. So.
Yeah.
We
Good to keep
we
young
have great
coming
people,
back.
that's right.
Good.
And also Kim Fernandez, if you have a moment and haven't met her, she's phenomenal, and she is here with us at least through the summer, but she helps with the weight room and is helping all over the building. She's just great. So we're happy to have those two new additions. Kim's already here, and Dan will be joining us on.
she was local from Fernandez, is she Sean Fernandez?
I'm trying to figure out
She's
which.
a relative.
She's a relative, but I'm not sure
Yes.
which connection. I didn't ask. I went to say, I was gonna ask her the other day and I forgot, I got busy.
I don't know if she's
Yeah,
related to Sean up at the golf course.
they're all interrelated,
Yeah.
but the question is, I'm not sure which is
Right.
her mom or dad.
So, yes, I did want to bring those up. I think that's everything that I had. Did I forget anything?
Can I ask a couple of things? your custodian, where are we with the custodian?
So it did get passed,
Passed
but
at
you're
town
not
meeting,
allowed
right.
to hire until the new
July.
fiscal year, that's when the funds are available.
Anybody, you can't put out applications prior to?
I don't believe you're allowed to. I do know that we've had some meetings about it, so I know people are on it. So I feel pretty good about that.
Do you go through the process, or is that all up at town hall?
So it goes with the department, so maybe Link and Sean, I'm sure they would allow me in to help. So we're all in discussions about
Okay.
that right now.
Okay. So it's gonna, hopefully it'll be by July 1st or thereafter.
So July 1st is the first day you
Yeah,
can legally
little-
do it,
little
so
after
hopefully a
July.
little bit after,
Right, okay.
right?
This is great. You know, I had a question. I know, I did see the dump fee and the beach sticker fee. Are we paying for treasure chest also?
I
Yeah,
believe so, I
separate.
think it's
$5.
It's a
$5.
separate one? Okay.
Yes.
I
That's
just-
$5 for a different, they put on your window.
Yeah,
Front
yeah.
window.
I just wanted to check if that.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's still a $5 fee, I guess.
I believe so.
this is good. Okay,
Repairs to the gym, anything going on with the bleachers, that's still your capital project?
It was voted at town meeting,
meeting, right.
so we will wait, again, July 1 is the first time the funds are actually available, so you can't do that.
You getting new bleachers, is that what?
We
it
are,
is? Good.
we are.
Terrific.
But obviously that won't be in the summer because we have the camp in there and we can't shut down the camp.
Right.
So we'll find the quietest time that we can, and try and
You got a
coordinate.
contractor in mind? You have to go out to bid?
We go out to bid.
Yeah.
Yep.
You always have to take the lowest bid, I should, unless
It's,
you
that's
can.
not how it works. You have to have a reason for
For
not
not,
taking,
right.
yeah, so.
and did you, have a chance to check with Sean? Cause I know the guys were talking about the temperature changes in the gym.
Yep, I read
Yeah.
that at the last meeting and, it's in the minutes too.
Alright.
Thank
so.
you, I just,
What I was asking
fault
about
for not-
the bidding process, Carolyn, is that hopefully you won't go through what we went through at the rec side. And when we put in 2 years ago, the town meeting approved new fencing down Memorial Field. It came in at, the money was like 41,800. And 2 years later, because it was not put, the RFP was not written and it didn't go out, the number came in at 78,000.
Wow.
Okay, so that was a tremendous jump and they put it on hold. We're not doing anything with down there. But,
Well, I'll be right on this,
well,
and
I
this
think
does
I think
impact
the
everyone,
important,
so.
the important thing is that somehow we don't have somebody sitting there writing these RFPs on a regular basis. There are a bunch of them. I understand there are 54 RFPs waiting to be put together, written, and then published. For the bidding process. So there's all this is all CPC stuff, if you will. That was approved at the town meeting, and these RFPs are not getting done the way they should get done, lack of staff or whatever it is, but unfortunately, we need somebody in town that can sit down and write RFPs
Well,
and
they
get
do
this
have a new
stuff out.
process for it too, and I know the assistant town administrator and I know the town administrator are definitely working diligently to get it as many
Good.
done as possible, at the bequest of the select board,
Yeah.
so.
Same thing happened to Brooks Park, the new fencing at Brooks, down there, it was like 25,000 over the bid. But, it was voted 2 years ago, and the RFPs were not written
yeah,
on a timely basis, and of course, everything goes
it
up.
goes up. Yeah.
Even though you put a contingency fee in there, they still go up beyond,
What about the new pickleball courts? Same thing.
That same thing, we're waiting for the RFP, so the rec commission, I discussed it the other day, and everything is on hold.
Yeah.
RFPs, we're just waiting for somebody to sit down and write all this stuff and put it together and get it out. And get it bid, get some bids in.
Yeah.
I kinda suspect it's not gonna happen soon.
And when we put the bleachers in, if we can hurry them up so we don't lose the gym for 3 or 4 months.
We will for sure be on, there'll be a timeline right in that,
Our volleyball does not need to be interrupted.
That's
Staffing,
right.
It's all staffing issues.
Right.
It's all the staffing issues, getting people to work.
we'll do our best.
Yeah, I'm sure you.
Okay, so let's kind of go, question, I'm sorry, Rob.
Yeah, quick question. What's the status of our board as far as numbers and who do we need? What do we need?
So you need one person,
Okay,
and that is definitely on the town's list. And I don't know if any of you are coming up or not.
Well, who's coming up?
No,
I don't know.
Whose term is coming up, you know?
I don't know. I can check and I can get
no,
back
but
to you.
what's,
Can't remember.
how many on the board? Five,
There are
right?
5, so
Okay.
there's 4 of you now
4
and the
now.
1 opening.
Yeah, okay,
And I just don't know if everyone's,
yeah, I don't know.
I know people have applied in town office. How long do they sit on it, or?
I don't
what
know,
takes
have they
them so
applied for
long?
this?
I don't know. I know people have applied to be on different things, and some of them have not heard a word, so I often wondered,
You're right. Same thing with rec,
yeah.
years
Same thing
ago.
on Council on Aging too, some of them,
Oh, yeah.
I knew they applied, but. So I
I'll
just
see what I
wonder how
can
long
find
it
out
takes
for
to-
you.
Yeah.
Be
I
good,
mean,
so we don't.
it's gotta go through a
Sure.
subcommittee. They have a subcommittee formed for all of these different positions, and then you get a subcommittee, you have to go through a vetting process and so on and so forth, and, you know, sometimes they just don't
It
get
just
to
seems
it.
like forever, yeah. It just seems like forever.
I'll
But
see if I
again, we
can
would
get
not have
that.
had a quorum this morning if any of the three of us
Yeah,
were
yeah,
here, so
yeah.
we're not here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so, does anyone have anything, we'll go around the room, anything you'd like to add before we go?
Nothing else, thank you.
I'm good, thank
You're
you. I'm not doing much talking. I had a tooth pulled yesterday. That one of my molars was gone yesterday, so it's tough for me to talk.
Okay, so Carolyn, anything else before we get?
Next meeting is
July.
July 7th.
July 7th is
Yep.
the next one, yeah, okay. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
You do,
Second,
I so move.
Okay, second, and in favor?
thank you.
Aye.
Good,
Yes.
unanimous.